Hello everybody, thanks for joining me today. I'm Jackie and I create mosaics using sea glass. And today I'm going to talk to you about how to really showcase some of those special beach treasures that you find, sea glass and other treasures. So if you're like me, within your sea glass collection, you definitely have some favorites. And I've had so many favorites over the years. I have so much of my sea glass that's, fairly common. But then I get these pieces that are just so special. And I like to use them in my mosaics. But what happens, this piece in particular, I have this very large church window. And I love this piece. And I've put so many special pieces in there. And if you're looking through the piece and you look really closely, you might point out, oh, look at those cool blue pieces, and there's a red piece right there, and there's some really cool aqua pieces, and just some of the shapes, and I have half a bottom, and I've got so many pieces that you have to look close to see. But what happens with some of those really special finds is that they get lost in a really large mosaic. This mosaic here is another really good example. I have so many amazing pieces of sea glass in this piece. But when you look at it overall, sometimes those special pieces are a bit lost. So today I'm going to show you how you can take some of your special pieces and make them more the focal point. Instead of having to search for them in a great big piece, when you look at a small piece, I'm going to do a small piece on this little frame to show you how I want to showcase a few of my special pieces of sea glass that I think have some particular pizzazz to them. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. And then I think what happens when you look at the piece, you immediately see those really special beach finds. So this piece of sea glass right here is my favorite piece ever. It's a beautiful teal piece that my husband found at the beach one day, and as soon as he found it, I took it home and I wrapped it, and I've been wearing it as a necklace ever since. And I always wear it in my sea glass videos, so you've probably seen it before. So putting a really special piece of sea glass into a piece of jewelry is a really good way to showcase it. And there are so many people that make amazing jewelry with beautiful sea glass, and that's a great showcase piece. So what I wanted to do with this piece, I took this really small frame. The only thing I drew on the pattern was a horizon line. And the piece that I was really taken with is this piece right here. And it's a rock. It's not sea glass. It's not driftwood. It's actually a rock that looks like the hull of a sailboat. It looks good from both sides in my mind, but this side is my favorite. So I'm going to put this side up. And I've been wanting to make a sailboat with this ever since, but it's one of those things that if you put it in a small piece, it's going to jump right out at you and it's going to look quite amazing. Whereas it might get a little bit lost in a big piece. And then what I did was I wanted to take some of my particularly good pieces that to me look like sails. And here in Nova Scotia, we have a Tall Ships Festival every summer, and you get these ships that come in that have these multiple sails on them, and they're just amazing. So I thought I'm going to make a tall ship that has this really amazing hull and then this series of sails that are coming up from it. And I thought that would be a good way to showcase some of my really beautiful off-white and white pieces. And then I have this tiny little piece of turquoise, and actually turquoise is a fairly rare piece. It's the same color as this piece that I have in my necklace, but I don't get that color very often. So I had this tiny piece of it, and I thought if I put that there, it's going to really stand out because it's going to be in the sky and it'll just pop. So I think that'll work quite well. And there's another piece that I have here that I want to use, and this is a white piece that has all of these straight lines coming out from it, and it looks to me like the center of a sun. And if I put that in a really large sky, it's going to get lost. Whereas if I put it in a small piece like this, I'm going to put it up here, and then I'm going to use my white sea glass in the sky to come out from it and make like rays coming out from the sun. And I think it will really help emphasize the detail and the interest in this particular piece of sea glass. And then what I'm going to do is fill in the rest of it with ordinary pieces so that it doesn't take away from the special pieces that I'm using. So I'll fill in the water with green, and I'm also going to do a little bit of brown detail coming up from the bottom so that it looks like you're sitting at a lake and you're looking through the reeds or the tall grasses out onto the lake where there's this beautiful sailboat sailing by. So I'll get going on that and I'll show you my detail as I go. So first of all, I would glue on all my special pieces, and then I created the foreground using brown, all that plant life. And then I would fill in all the water with green and the sky with white, making all those beautiful rays of sunshine. And I wanted to embellish the sails with some pottery pieces and little blue pieces, and then I had to add my signature nukchuk. And then I was done. So I added the hanging hardware and a label to make sure my name and the name of the piece was there. And now to decide where to hang it. I think it'll look really good in the window, especially with the way the light changes during the day. But then again, it also looks good on the wall. I might want to do that. I love the way it looks with the sun shining on it. But as you can see, there's still some silicone left to dry, so I think I'll have to wait till that's done before I can decide where to hang it. So thanks very much for joining me. I hope this inspires you to take some of your favorite sea glass pieces and beach finds and showcase them in a small sea glass mosaic. Until next time, happy sea glass hunting!